Gary M. I don't normally do videos on repairs, but your 959 was such a shit box. I thought I might better document this shit. I'd already started cleaning it up, and then I said, you know what? I better stop and make a video. Whoever did the clarifier mod, it wasn't that bad, but I'm looking at this stuff. The connector on the coax is gone, and they had tried to solder the wire directly into the board, but it looked like they were using a soldering gun and not a soldering iron. The solder that they were using, see, like this back here? What the fuck? You know, and that right there, whoever the hell did this work for you, I would never ever take my damn radio back to them again. Good God Almighty. You know, what the fuck is that? Why is that way? Don't tell me that they tried to replace the shotkeys right there. Oh my God. Dude, this is a fucking mess. I'll try to clean it all up for you, but, you know, the solder that they were using doesn't look like it had any flux in it at all. See how silver looking it is? It's not nice and shiny like these other ones around it, and it's just globbed on there. That's some really, really bad work. Oh, God damn. Okay, I'll try to fix it. I'll do the best I can, but like I said, whoever did this for you, I would stay the fuck away from them. Pardon my French. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what the shit that's for. I'll take that out. That shouldn't be there. Probably trying to get more swing out of it. You don't need to do that shit with these radios. They got plenty of modulation. Anyway, more to come. That's really bad. The runs are gone. I don't know if I can fix that or not, but I'll sure try. Okay, there's the first repair. Right there. I put a new connector in it. Right there. Okay, and I had I'm robbing a piece of coax out of another radio. I'll have to order another piece of coax to put in there. But I replaced that connector and cleaned up around it. Now that white looking film you see there is the alcohol residue. I'll clean that off as well. And there's the next one I'm starting on. Looks like they ran the lead of the Schottky diode through the board and connected it to the basically the trace that the other components are on, because they lifted the damn eyelet that was there before. But the problem is they ran that lead across the ground plane. So it's just going to be a matter of time before it shorts out. And you'll be wondering why you don't have any receive. I haven't unsoldered that one yet, so I don't know if there's any of the PC pad left under it or not. But slowly but surely working my way there. And you can see right here, get something sharp. See right there? Right in that spot right there. That's solder. Okay, up against the ground pad. I don't know what this component is, but I'll remove all that and isolate it again, because right now it's connected directly to the ground plane because they scraped all the solder mask off of the ground plane. Yeah, I just hope this guy's not a friend of yours. but he does shitty work. I would never ever take another radio or anything else back to him. There's just no excuse for that shit. Anyway, moving along. More to come. Okay, it's just what I thought. He lifted the pad on that end of the diode as well. So, what I'm going to do is pull the lead through and swing it over in between these two and resolder it. I still got to fix that. But that's what I did with the other one, the other end, and I removed that. I don't know what kind of solder it is he's using, but it doesn't have any flux in it. Probably plumbing solder or something. Anyway, I took the, removed that old solder, put some fresh solder on there, made a good connection. But there's that one. And like I said, I'll clean that up. And I'm going to take this lead and bend it over in between these two and solder them all together. That's all I can do. He had to be using like a 60, 80 watt iron to do all this, because he's lifted runs all over the damn board. To work on these new boards, any new radio, the copper's really thin. Where it gets around where there's small eyelets, you need a low wattage soldering iron. At the most, a 25 watt. 15 watt would be even better, because you heat up the copper, it's real thin, and it just melts the glue, burns up the glue underneath the PC run, and it's real easy to lift. So you want a very low wattage soldering iron, and pay attention to what you're doing. Don't get the shit too hot. You can see it's basically made a mess out of a brand new radio. Hopefully I can get it all straightened out. Yeah, look at there. There's another solder joint right there. What the hell was he trying to do over here? See that? I'll have to get out there and look. Probably cutting a damn resistor or transistor or something, trying to get more modulation out of it. There's another solder bridge right there. What the fuck? Alright, I'll be back. Okay, Gary, back on the 959. There's your 10-turn clarifier. Okay. Got a few other things I need to do. I'm not sure if I showed you the repairs that I did on this or not. That's the way it looks now. Cleaned all that up. Still got to get rid of the residue from the cleaning alcohol. Use the alcohol to clean all of the that old burnt flux off of it. Okay. Alright, more to come. Also notice that inductor right there. I'm going to straighten that up. That's awful. That's the only one I see that bad. This one is always tilted because of the adapter PC board they're doing with those SMD mixers now. So I'm going to straighten that one up for you right now. Okay, Gary, something else I need to show you. I got ready to align the radio, and the lower sideband adjustment is pushed down all the way, and all of the adjustment, the little screwdriver slot that's in the top of it is completely broken off. I'm going to have to remove that that choke can, see if I got another one in my parts bin to replace it, because you know these things are sealed at the bottom. You can't get at them from the bottom. Boy, I tell you, if I were you, well, I'm not going to say it. I would never ever let that guy get back in my radio. Okay, more to come. Okay, I got it out. That's what it looks like in the bottom. See, you can't get to it with an adjustment from the bottom anymore. And there it is. I'm not real sure you guys can see that. Yeah, there's no light down in there. You can see there's like one side of the slot left. Get that thing out. And I checked, I don't have another one, so I got to figure out some way to get that out. I've got an AM and an upper sideband coil, but they're all different. So, alright, more to come. Okay, I cheated. I got it out, took my soldering iron and melted through that plastic there on the bottom, and I was able to get to the bottom of the slug, which still has a good adjustment slot on the top of it. You can see how it was broken. So probably from somebody using metal tools or something to try to do the adjustment. Every time you take the tool out, it's going to change. Alright, let me see if I can find another slug for it. More to come. Okay, found another one, or one that'll work. It's actually out of a 396 AM chassis, and it's the coil right there next to that crystal. The core out of it works. These cores have different values, believe it or not. They're not all the same density. The density of the ferrite they use in the core affects the coil itself differently. So, you know, the less dense the core, the higher the Q, or vice versa. I have to go look it up, but it does affect the Q of the coil. I think the less dense, the higher the Q, the more dense, the lower the Q. It's been a long time since I thought about that, but it does affect the adjustment range of the coil, and so you need one that's about the same value, and fortunately this one is. Okay, I'll show you how to check the value in just a second. Okay, well, apparently I damaged it pulling it out. See that lead right there? He is slightly longer than the other ones, so I think when I went to pull him out, he had a little burr there on the top that hung up, and it pulled that lead out a little bit and probably broke that microscopic wire that goes to it inside. So anyway, he wouldn't work anymore. What I wound up doing was taking the AM adjustment out of this 396 parts chassis I've got, and put it in there. And there's the one I took the core out of. It's a 1216. Okay, this one, the one that I got out of this to put in the sideband position, was also a 1212. So it could be that the AM and lower sideband are the same part number, and just the upper sideband one is different. But who knows? Somebody could have swapped that out. But anyway, it's in there now. Okay, you can see it's got like a blue plastic coil inside of it. You can still see the solder where the crystal was soldered on that end, but it's working. There we are on lower sideband. Let me roll the radio over so it looks normal. That's lower side, AM. Oh, that's the right one? No. Lower sideband, AM, upper sideband. Okay? AM, lower sideband. Okay, now batch clarifier. Here we go with the clarifier. See how far up it goes. It goes up about 9 kcs. See how far down it goes. And it goes down 10 kcs. So you got about 19 kc of slide. The nice thing about this 10-turn clarifier is that like when you're tuning someone in on sideband, it's so easy. See how far you have to turn that knob before it moves? Makes it really easy to tune someone in. Alright, I think I'm done with it. This was a challenge. Not really. Just a lot of bad work. A lot of bad soldering. I'm not going to take that out because I looked it up on the internet. That's some kind of swing mod or something that goes with the other parts that's on the other side. So you didn't pay me to take that out, so I'm going to leave all that crap in there. Alright, it doesn't look too bad. The soldering on it's not too bad. But I definitely would not let that fellow back in my radio. You know, I mean, you do whatever you want to. It's your radio. I'm just saying what I would do. Okay? Alright, let me get the face on it, and I'll give you a demo. More to come. Okay, Gary. And your note said, I'm having a really hard time reading this, buddy. But your note said you wanted me to replace this connector, and, well, I don't have any more. You said that the connection was very flimsy, so what I did, I saw what you were talking about. I went in and resoldered that to the pin. Okay? Now I'm going to put some hot glue around it to keep it from moving around, but looks like the pins are all bent up inside there, but maybe they'll work. I can see there's the one I soldered right there, and I see that other one is like twisted up in there. But, or no, that's the one that I soldered on. The other one, the solder job's pretty good on. Oh, no, I'm seeing a little bit of exposed wire right there. All right, let me touch that side up. Okay, got that side touched up too. Okay, so I'll put some hot glue around that to keep it from coming out. I'll see if I can't straighten out that one bent pin there. Okay, that's about as good as I dare try to bend it, because if I break it, we're screwed. That's a lot straighter than what it was, and I also resprung that contact point in there to hold firm against the flat ribbon wire. So let me get some hot glue around the back of it to keep it from moving around. We should be good to go. Alright, more to come. Well, I gotta wait on the glue gun to warm up. Forgot to turn it on. I've told you guys this before, but let me give you a reminder. See these little black felt washers that go over the switches? Take your radio into a shop. When you get it back, look through the hole and make sure these little felt washers are in place. If they're not in place, hand the guy the radio back, tell him you want to put back in there. They keep dust out of your switches, okay? Dust inside of switches causes switches to go bad. Alright, just a little reminder while I'm waiting on the glue gun to warm up. More to come. Okay, this is what it looks like inside now. There's your LC35-128. Someone had drilled out your other bracket and put these number 6 screws in there. They were short. They put nuts on the back of them rather than tap out the mounting bracket, and I don't know why they did that anyway. But if those nuts were to come off of those short screws and fall down in your radio, you'd be screwed. Okay, did was I remounted the board like it's supposed to be. Okay. If you bend this tab over on these mounting brackets I've had made, they keep it from rotating this way or that way. Okay, that little tab does right there. It goes in that keyway. It's made to line up with that keyway and hold that board straight. I also use Loctite on the screws. Pytech thread locker for this one, Duratrax. And it's blue. I thought it was the red stuff, but it's the blue stuff. But the blue's working pretty good. Okay, now to keep the screws from backing out. All right. Okay, let me check on my glue gun. I'll be back. Okay, well that's what it looks like with the hot glue on it, but despite my best effort, it is not working. Now get that backlighting to come on. Yeah, you can't see that. And what you're seeing there, that's just the white on the lettering. The backlighting's not coming on. The one that someone had tried to fix before, I think it was this side here, they'd soldered before. They got solder all the way down inside the pins, and so this side won't seat all the way, and I think that's part of the problem. We're not making contact on both sides at the same time. But I'll look around and see if I got another connector around here that I can use for that. Another ribbon type cable connector, like out of an old 858 or something along that line. See if I can get that to work. But as it stands right now, it's not working. Everything else is done. Got to put the knobs back on it. Now what I'll do with this guy here, I'm going to take a regular knob and drill it out to 1/4 inch, put a little glue on it, and slide it up on here. Okay. If it comes loose, just add a little glue back to it, slip it back on there. When it gets to the ends of the resistor, don't try to force it any further. You'll break it loose, of course. And I use Gorilla Glue. This stuff here, white Gorilla Glue, works pretty good. And bonds wood, stone, metal, ceramic, foam, glass, and more. Good stuff. Okay, more to come. Okay, Gary, I'm getting ready to put the covers back on it. I didn't have anything that would work on that, to slide up on that. I've got some of the 858 connectors, but they're going to working radios, and so I don't want to use those. You may want to contact Galaxy Radios, and see if you can't buy another one of these, because I think if you replace this with that socket up there, you should be in good shape. You know, all you need is a little pigtail. It just plugs in. But you know, it doesn't work like it is, and I think it's because this don't go all the way in and make good contact. But everything else is done. I'll get her all boxed up for you and send you a bill. Let me put the covers on it and I'll demo it for you. Okay, Gary, all done. I upgraded your first RF amp and did a couple of other things to improve the receiver, and I just realized I forgot to readjust the damn S-meter. I do that all the time. Alright, I'll take that bottom cover off and go in there and readjust it before I send it out. But we're on 100 microvolts. I need to turn the modulation up. What did I do? Bump the wrong switch? Yep. Okay, we're at 30% modulation. Okay, 100 microvolts. And you should be reading S9 right there. It's reading a little bit over. That's because I put that hotter transistor in there and did a few other things to the bias. I'll go and readjust that. Okay, that's on AM. There we are on sideband. Okay. I like the way you did the switches. By just making little creases in the covers there. That works pretty good. Like that. You didn't have to punch great big holes in the covers to mount the switches. Okay. All right, we're all done. Did I show you a demo on the transmitter? I don't know. This radio, all these radios, these EL fronts, the transformer in these things hums and it drives me crazy. Got a high frequency hum to them. Wait a second, did I just, okay. And I thought that the RF gain wasn't all the way up, but it was. Alright. Switch to the dummy load. Got 100 watt slugs in this guy. Okay, I'm on the ×1 scale. The meter on the right is peak, meter on the left is RMS. Using a stock hand mic. Hello audio, audio hello, 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 audio test. That's about 35 watts peak. Dead key in about 8 9 watts with the power turned all the way up. Audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio. Okay, so it's walking and talking, as they say. Switch to an external antenna. See what we can hear. I don't know what that is. Must be close by. That's got to be something like a power transformer or something around here. We lost power during the storm in this area, and I've had that ever since they got the power back on. I'm not sure what it is, but big. I'll have to find the source of that. That would drive me crazy. Anyway, put it back on the dummy load. You see, back on the dummy load, it goes away. My antenna's picking it up, which there's no telling how far away it is. But there you go. I'll put it back on. I think it was on, I don't remember now what channel you had it on. I'll just leave it on the lower side of 38. Okay? And you can put it where you want it. All right, she's all done. On her way back to you. 7-3.